All right, let's start in the seated pose today. We'll work on some seated poses, working on the back, some forward, backward bends, some spinal twists. Start with settle in, find a comfortable position on your mats. Adjust the width of your crossed legs, or if you're sitting on your heels, whatever that is. Close your eyes. Make any adjustments to the body, release any tension. Find a relaxed seated pose. Legs, shoulders, arms, facial region, everything relaxed. Trying to keep the back straight. Scan the breath. Using our breath to turn our attention inwards. Trying not to get distracted. Be fully present in the body, but also in the mind. And then see if you want to slow down your breath. Try to make it more rhythmic. Deeper inhales. Longer exhales. And let's chant 3 ohms to use that to continue to turn our awareness inside. So with your eyes closed, join your hands at your heart center. Inhale. Take a few moments, observe sound, gentle vibrations from the sound, and then open your eyes. All right, let's start with some warm-ups, some stretches. So take your hands behind your back, hold your right fist with your left hand. We'll do some forward, backward bends. Inhale as you lean back slightly, and as you exhale, bend forward, keeping your back straight, hinging from your waist, trying to bring your forehead as close to the mat, to the ground as you can. And keep going. Inhale, come up. You can do this with your eyes closed if you want. Exhale, bend forward. Keep going. Intentional movement, not crunching the back, keeping the back straight, and then rounding it out when you get closer to the ground. Stretching the back. Trying to synchronize the inhale, exhale with the body movement. Let's do one more. And the next inhale, come back into a seated pose, release your arms. Work on some spinal twists to get ready for a Vakrasana, seated spinal twist pose. So bring your hands close to your heart center, palms facing down. Keep the left hand where it is. Open the right side, stretch the right arm, right shoulder. Right hand back. Same thing on the left side, twisting the spine, activating the hips a little bit, shoulders, arms. Keep going. Alternately stretching, opening the right side and the left side. Try to twist a little bit more with each round. Just do two more on each side. One last time. And then release and relax. Next practice, let's do some shoulder rolls. So just rolling your shoulders front to back. And then the reverse. Keep going. One more in each direction. And then release and relax. Last warm up, last loosening practice, some waist rotations. So hands, palms on your knees or thighs, and then just making a circle with your waist. Starting whichever direction you want for a few rounds and then switching. Switch, go the other way. Let's do one more. And then release and relax. Let's actually start with 2 rounds of Kapalbhati, more active, energizing pranayam, breathing practice. And then we'll do the postures. So 2 rounds, shorter first round, longer second round. Passive inhale, active exhale, pulling in the stomach as you exhale, activating the core, activating the abdominal region. So hands and fists, thumb is folded, other 4 fingers wrapped on top of it. Hands close to your stomach, knuckles touching each other. And then close your eyes. Maybe visualize the practice, see what we are trying to do. Passive inhale, the inhale almost happens on its own. Active exhale, pulling in the stomach as you exhale. Don't overdo it, do what you can. And when you're ready, begin. Couple more if you're still going, and let's stop this round. Keep it short. Keep your eyes closed, observe. As we know, need to be careful. If you have any back pain, cramps, go slow or avoid the practice. Listen to your body. And then open your eyes. Let's do one more. I'll do this sitting in Vajrasana on my heels. Makes it a little bit easier for me to activate my abdominal region. You don't have to. If you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, it can be a bit much on the quads and on the ankles, but it's a good practice to get used to. So if you want, you can just practice this over time. You can support your ankles with a pillow or something below your ankles. That might help alleviate some stretch, extreme stretch or pressure. But whatever works for you, close your eyes. Let's try to go a little bit longer at your own pace. You can stop anytime, of course. We'll try to go up to 60 strokes if we can. Hands close to your stomach, make fists with your palms, knuckles touching each other, and let's begin. I'll let you finish if you're still going. And then let's stop the round. Keep your eyes closed. Release your palms. Observe. See if you notice any changes to your normal breathing after you stop the practice. You might notice it slowing down. If you wear a smartwatch or something after the class, you could also check what happens to your heart rate, roughly mapping the time when you did the practice and then after you stop the practice. Something interesting to look at. And then if you like the practice, when you do it on your own, you can go longer, minute and a half, 2 minutes, whatever works for you. Could do 3 rounds instead of 2 rounds. Good practice to do in the mornings, to wake up, energize the body a little bit, and then open your eyes. All right, let's move on. A couple of postures. First one, seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Starting position, stick pose, legs in front, feet together, hands by your side. Try to keep the back straight here, the legs straight. And then when you're ready, inhale, hands go up, pointing towards the ceiling, fingers pointing towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bend forward, stretching your back, not crunching your back, trying to touch the toes of your feet if you can, or your ankles, or even your knees. And then trying to fold forward, fold the back slightly, trying to bring your forehead as close to your knees as you can. Ideally keeping the knees straight. If you need to bend them slightly, that's fine. And then breathe when you feel like you're in as much of a forward bend as you can. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Feel the stretch in your spine. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Hold for a couple of breaths. Again, adjust your hands. Use your hands to support you and bend a little bit more. Move them further up, move them down. See what works for you. And then on the next exhale, let's unwind, straighten the back. Hands behind you on the mat. Toes pointing outwards. Relaxed seated pose, Shitala Dandasana. Quick break. Noticing the stretch, the back, hamstrings. And then let's do a complementary pose, camel pose, Ushtrasana. So we're going to get up on our knees. So whatever allows you to do that, maybe you can fold both your legs to one side, take the support of your palms, your hands, and then carefully come up on your knees. So knees, top of the feet, top of the toes on the mat. Line up the right and the left side. So knees about hip width apart. Right knee, right foot in one straight line. Same thing on the left side. Back straight. And then when you're ready, hands on your waist. And then pushing your pelvis forward, lean back, almost like a half wheel when we do as part of sun salutations. Except we are not standing up. We are on our knees. Trying to push the pelvis forward. Hinging from the waist, lean back as far back as you can. Feeling a nice stretch, maybe not a nice stretch, but a stretch through your chest region, through your lungs, your neck. It's a little difficult to breathe because the lungs get stretched so much. It's a good one for the back. Breathe, don't hold your breath. If you're more flexible than I am, you could go into the full pose, toes, hands on your heels. Difficult for me to do, so I'll just stay here. Couple more breaths. And then as you exhale, let's unwind. Slowly lower yourself back to the mat into a seated pose. A relaxed seated pose actually. So legs out in front, hands behind you on the mat, toes pointing outwards, lean back, rest your head between your shoulders. Close your eyes or keep them open. Catch your breath and scan your body. Noticing what's happening, the back bend, stretch through the chest region, through the neck. All right, let's move on. Seated spinal twist next, Vakrasana. So feet together again, hands by your side. Now bring the right foot on the mat next to your left knee. So left leg is straight, right leg is bent, right foot on the mat. Take your right hand behind you for support. Adjust how far back your right hand you want your right hand to be. If you bring it closer, supports your back, you can keep your back straight. See what works for you. Left hand goes up, left elbow on top of the right knee or slightly outside if you can do that. And then using that as a hinge, bend, turn to the right side, twist your spine, turn to the right side in the final pose, seated spinal twist, Vakrasana on the right side, and breathe. Check your left knee, left leg, try to keep it as straight as you can, back as straight as possible. Trying not to put too much pressure on the right arm, right hand. Don't hold your breath. Hold for a couple of breaths. And then as you exhale, let's unwind. Release your left hand. Straighten your right leg. Quick break. Before we repeat that on the other side, feel this twist in your spine. Stretch in your left tricep, left shoulder a little bit. And then let's move on, do it on the other side. I'll turn this side so I can still see you. Bring your feet together, hands by your side. Now this time fold the left leg, left foot on the mat, right leg is straight. Then take the left hand behind you on the mat. Again, closer to the body, allows you to keep the back straight, but see what works for you. Right hand pointing up, and then the right elbow on top of the left knee or slightly outside if you can. And then use that as a hinge to turn to the left, twist your spine, look behind you on the left side in the final pose, and breathe. Quickly check your right leg, right knee, try to keep it straight. If possible, if you need to bend it slightly, that's fine. Feel the twist in your spine. Stretch in your right tricep, right shoulder. Make sure the left hand isn't taking too much weight. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And next exhale, let's unwind. Release your right hand. Both the hands behind you on the mat. Straighten the left leg. Relax seated pose. Toes pointing outwards. Hands behind you on the mat. Lean back. Rest your head between your shoulders. This time close your eyes. Stay a little bit longer. Slow down your breath. Scan your body. Notice the activation. Notice any discomfort, any stiffness, pain, managing that. Trying to challenge us, but never going past the point where you feel pain. And let's go ahead and lie down, do some relaxation before we do some additional breathwork practices. So we'll do the instant relaxation or the progressive relaxation technique. Lie down on your mat, feet together, hands by your side. And then make fists with both your palms, hands next to you. You're going to successively, quickly tighten the entire body step by step, and then release all at once, noticing that contrast between tightening the muscles, the joints, and then the relaxation. Close your eyes, and let's begin. Tighten your feet, your toes, ankles, knees, quads, hamstrings, glutes, back, palms, arms, shoulders, chest, face. Tighten the entire body. Tighten, tighten, And release. Open your palms, toes pointing outwards. Shavasana. Just noticing that feeling of tightening and then the relaxation. It's proven way to retrain our muscles, our body to relax instead of being in the default mode of tension. Keep your eyes closed. Breath might still feel a bit fast. Give it a few moments to slow down. Scan your body also as you do so. Couple more breaths before we get back into a seated pose. And then let's get back into a seated pose. Use the support of both your hands and slowly come back. Seated pose on the mat. All right. Let's do some Brahmari pranayam. Brahmari chanting, humming like a bee. So making the mo sound or the no sound from the top part of the body, the shoulders and the face, the head region. So we'll do 2 rounds. First round with your hands on your knees or thighs. So let's get into a good seated pose again. Check your posture. Releasing any tension, back straight, back, neck and head in a straight line as much as possible. Close your eyes and then simple practice. Inhale and then make the humming sound like a bee on the exhale. 8 to 10 rounds. Go at your own pace. Let's begin when you're ready. One more if you're still going. Let's stop this round. Keep your eyes closed when you're done. Observe. Can be a relaxing practice. Subtle vibrations from the sound, top part of the body. And then open your eyes. Next round we'll do with our eyes covered with the index finger, middle finger, mouth covered with the ring finger and little finger, and ears gently plugged with the thumb. Different experience. The sound sort of stays inside, a little more inside the body. Let's see how the difference feels. Same practice, except with your hands. So when you're ready, begin 8 to 10 breaths at your own pace. Take your time. One more breath if you're still going. And then release your hands, keep your eyes closed. Observe any differences, any noticeable differences from the first round to the second round. And let's close the class, chanting the closing prayer, wishing everybody health, happiness. Eyes closed, join your hands at your heart center. You can join in. I'll pause after each line, or you can just listen, up to you. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms, generating some heat, and then transfer that heat by gently cupping your eyes, massaging your face, your neck, and then open your palms in front of you and open your eyes, blinking into your palms. Namaste. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day or evening.